Looks yummy. Thanks, Johnny. We have some very special guests in the studio today. Civil War heroes have traveled from all the way back into the 1800s to be with us today. Joe McGill, along with Kevin Reynolds, joins us to talk about the reenactment going on at Boone Hall next month, and it's going to be tons of fun. First, you guys are in some really authentic costumes, all wool, but that's what they wore during that time, right?
That is correct. These are replicas of the uniforms that they would have worn during the Civil War. Of course, dressed in blue, I represent the Union.
And I represent, of course, the Confederacy. It's in South Carolina.
Now, you guys are going to be doing a reenactment out at Boone Hall. We'll talk about in just a moment some of the gatherings that you want to get coming up this weekend. But tell us about this reenactment going on at Boone Hall.
Well, the reenactment this coming month at Boone Hall on the 9th and 10th of next month is the battle of the assault on Battery Wagner is what we'll be reenacting this year. For anyone who saw the movie Glory, that's a good reference of that battle. Of course, there were Union soldiers, African-American Union soldiers in that battle that took place right here in the Charleston Harbor on Morris Island. Logistically, it's a challenge to have a battle reenactment on Morris Island. So right. That's why this year we will have that battle at Boone Hall.
Mm-hmm. Now, whenever you have these battles, I mean, it takes a lot of coordination. You have to sit down and plot what you're going to do, and one of the things is safety involved because guys are running around with these musket rifles. Of course, they're loaded with powder, but they're not loaded with a musket ball itself. Tell us about how that is, laying out the pattern of what you want to do, sort of going to a war college, so to speak.
Yes, it is a challenge. It's not just shoot 'em up, bang bang. A lot of the public will come and see us engaging the enemy, but to get there, it is a challenge. You have to do the training. That's why we are recruiting. We want to have more men within the ranks. We're looking for African Americans to assist us in bringing this war to life, if you will.
Sort of a real reenactment,
right,
so to speak. Now, this recruiting that you're talking about is going to take place this Saturday, is that right?
This Saturday at Park Circle. We will have a recruiting meeting opportunity from 11 to 1. So we're looking for African Americans because, again, we're reenacting that battle that was portrayed in that movie. So we want to be as realistic as we can be. And to do that, we need African Americans within the ranks that we have to train, as you stated, to teach them that safety. And that's why my colleague is here to help us get to where we need to get to. Although we will be opposing each other on the field, there are means that they're going to help us to train these men because there is safety matters involved.
And there's going to be a lot of gunfire going off. It's a bang bang kind of setup, and it looks very realistic. Of course, hopefully nobody will get hurt. But what are the ages with the African American men that you're looking for? Of course, you're not looking for 5 or 6 year olds.
No, a little too young. But our youngest member right now is a young teenager, about 15 years old. He's our drummer. But we're looking for men anywhere from 16 and up.
Okay.
To be a part of the ranks, to come in and be trained. We want to have a few training sessions before the actual battle in November. So that's why it's important that they come out and join us at Park Circle this weekend, October 5th, from 11 to 1.
And can they expect to possibly spend the night there if they want to when they do the reenactment? Because I noticed some of the reenactments around the area takes place an entire weekend, but they may or may not be able to spend the night. How does that go?
Yeah, absolutely. When we do a reenactment, we try to get the flavor and taste of maybe what the soldiers encountered. So we do campaign and otherwise in tents and things just as soldiers would have done back in the 1860s.
Very good, very cool. Coming up this November, it's November the 9th and 10th, Boone Hall Plantation. Make sure you get out there and take a look at that. It's going to be a really great reenactment. Again, coming up this Saturday from 11 to 1, Park Circle. They're looking for African-American men from about 13 on up, 14 years on up. More coming up after the break, so stay with us.